Looking good, though.
That's the before picture.
Where's the after? That's all I care about.
The after is, I think, them just chilling out on the couch, watching a movie.
Wonder if we have that.
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. What do we got next? There we go.
There they are. There's Kellen and Wes. Like, yeah,
they're at a bar.
We're good. We're good. We did the snow thing. Now we're watching TV.
Yeah. Okay. So
they both look like they're into no good right there.
Okay.
No.
There's Margot
breaking the rules.
and our dog Moxie. Moxie does love to sled. She does.
That's good.
She's a snow pup. She's good. And then that's not the whole crew, is it?
Well, unless you've lost a couple.
Well, our 13-year-old was just too cool for the snow, so he's sitting in the Jeep.
Yeah, you're done with it.
We're just watching us. And then, we have
13-year-old
sledding.
That's pretty good.
We did it. That's a good hill.
Not bad.
That's a good one.
You know Arcadia Lake?
No, we didn't do that one.
Tomorrow.
We stayed close by.
Tomorrow, Arcadia
And
should
then
be
look, we tubed. We got these tubes out and just pulled them around.
Pretty sure that's illegal, but you know what?
No doubt about it.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
No one got hurt.
That's what we got.
No one got hurt.
Nope, you're in a big tube. You just bounce off the curb.
That's not illegal at her house or down in Blanchard, where she's from.
It's encouraged.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
That's right. That's right.
Who you know. Woo. All righty.
Good stuff. Arcadia Lake, I don't know if they still let you out, but we used to go down the backside of the dam.
Oh, yeah.
I made that mistake one time. I was doing 110 miles an hour, and there's a ravine at the bottom. Hit it, ramped, went flying. It was like, I'm through. And I realized I was the only dad or anybody that had done that. The backward side of Arcadia.
You're going to hurt yourself real good,
The backside.
Yeah. Don't normally see people on the backside.
Most people don't.
They have a sign. Go at your own risk.
Hey, stupid moron, with a big arrow pointing
Skull
at
and
me.
crossbones. Do not dare do this.
Many have died here. I'm good. Anyway, I remember Audrey. She was young. She goes, "Are you seriously going to do this, Dad?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm good." Totally paid for it. And I get back to the top, and she goes, "You're weird."
You had a shirt made after?
I survived. Arcadia Lake Dam. It was
the backside.
The backside.
Weird.
Never did that again.
And concussed.
Balcaster has found some fun places. The traffic is still, it's going to be a horrible drive home. You can get home. Just take it easy. Roads are still bad. We're still getting snow. The snow is not finished yet. Okay, look at this guy. There you go. Now we're having fun. Let's go to Val. Val? Oh, man. That's a blast. Give us an update. You're down in Moore. Everyone's going to be at this place in about 10 minutes. Go ahead, Val.
I think that guy just broke the speed record right there. So 19th and I-35 is where we're at right here. I tell you what, David, these kids don't care about the cold. They're out here and they're just having fun. They're working up their own heat. But man, we've seen all kinds of sleds out here. But that blue one that just went down, it's the fastest. I'm gonna have to get one of those. Back to you.
All right, great job, Val. Looking good. Now let's go to Tom Pastrano. And Val's got a great shot with lots of kids and families having fun. And Tom, he's in no man's land. Tom, down near Choctaw, kind of in the rural areas of Choctaw. Give us an update. Boy, the roads, they are not good at all. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I'm on Choctaw Road, just coming into Choctaw. And, yeah, this is a lot of what you can this is what they look like everywhere. I mean, all the side roads, all the neighborhood roads, they're just snow covered. The little snow we had this afternoon has really made it's a better traction than it was earlier, so there's not as many accidents out there. Back to you.
All right, great job there, Tom Pastrano. He's been working hard. Of course, we had Brandon Pennell and Jeremy Carter out there this morning early on with Jed and Lacey. So largest team of trackers in the country, just tracking down crazy, wild Oklahoma weather. Yesterday, snowfall record in Oklahoma City of 3 inches. Today, and it's still snowing. We'll keep adding to that, 2.9. So officially now, 5.9 inches of snow in Oklahoma City. And yeah, it's still coming down out there. So here it is again. And if you remember the last couple of days, this is what really our snowfall forecast looked like. We had 4 to 8 in this area. And officially, nobody picked up 8 inches that we can find as of yet. But again, it's still snowing, but we've had 4 inch, 5 inches, 6 inches, and we've had some 7-inch totals scattered through that zone. And then surrounding that, 5 inches in Enid. We've had 7 inches. That's from the other night, too, up in Buffalo. 4 inches in Hollis, 4 inches in Altus. And these vary some, okay, but you get the gist of where the snow bullseye was. And like we said, the I-44 corridor. Still snowing in the west and southwest. Here comes the next wave. This is the last wave of this winter storm coming into western Oklahoma. Oklahoma City right now, we have light to moderate snow. And again, looking at Next Gen Live, our million-watt radar, the darker the blue, the heavier the snow, running from Enid, Hennessy, Kingfisher. Good snows here going on over the wheat belts. Farmers, you're loving it. I know, you're loving it. Here in Oklahoma City, nice little heavy band of snow running from Edmond up to Kearney and then from there up to Perkins. That's kind of lifting out. This little band here is going to come through the metro, and it's enhancing. It's increasing in intensity. And again, Next Gen Live, this is our million-watt radar. There goes that little band. And then here comes this little pocket of heavier snow here. All right, so it's not over with. This is going to go on pretty much all evening long. It'll be light. It'll pick back up. It'll be light. But again, it's going to go on. Ringwood, Enid, Lamont, Renfro, Ponca City, Newkirk, Billings. Yep, lots of snow there falling. Road conditions, snow covered just about statewide. A little more sleet in the southeast with some ice down there. But some roads are worse than others. The main roads, the main highways are bad. Some of them aren't all bad, okay? Just remember that. The off-ramps, the on-ramps, your neighborhood streets. Hefner Parkway, not good. Northwest Expressway, not good. 14 degrees with a north wind at 19. It feels like 3 below zero in Oklahoma City. Wow. 13 in El Reno, 15 in Guthrie, 14 in Midwest City, 15 in Purcell, 17 in Shawnee, 19 in Seminole. And we have, what about a 13 in Woodward? How about 15 in Guthrie, 16 in Ponca City? The wind, 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts to 35 now. So there's some blowing snow going on out west, giving us wind chills at or below zero. I-35 westward, dangerous wind chills that will continue through this evening. Look at the scope of the storm, running from southern Texas, San Antonio, Austin, getting ice and snow, runs all the way to New England. Large storm. We're on the backside a little bit longer with snow for us this evening and tonight. Then overnight, the snow will end in Oklahoma. Future radar, 6 o'clock. There you go. Doing the pretty good job here. The model is on the snow. But notice what happens. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it's still hanging around. And then 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, midnight, and then it finally starts to go away. All right, this evening, good chance of snow. Western, southwestern, central, eastern Oklahoma. It'll be on, it'll be off, it'll be light, it'll be moderate. And then overnight tonight, the snow, central into eastern Oklahoma. I think it ends for really just about all of us. Might have some flurries late tonight and early tomorrow morning, but western Oklahoma, you're going to clear out. So what's that mean? Your temperatures are going to drop like a rock. So how much more snow? I think in the darker blue through this evening and early tonight, maybe an inch. And in the darker blue, the lighter blue, about an inch. And then in the darker blue, 1, maybe up to 2 inches additionally. But I think most everybody honestly picks up about another inch or so. Lows tonight, 5 in Oklahoma City. Let the faucets drip tonight. Everything's cold. Everything on the north walls is going to try to freeze, okay? All right, 3 in Clinton, 3 in Woodward. They'll be clearing out there. 1 in Ponca City, 10 in Ardmore. Hang on, highs tomorrow because of the snow on the ground keeps us in the upper 20s and low 30s. All right, less wind tomorrow. Saturday, back to the low to mid 30s. The snow, again, still keeping our temperatures down. And wind chills at 10 o'clock at or below zero. Wind chills in the morning below zero, 10 to 15 below zero in the morning. Not much wind tomorrow compared to today, but hey, it is what it is. Pipe bursting temperatures into Saturday morning, a low of 3. There's your weekend. Look at next week, folks. It is quiet for the next 9 days. We're talking 50s and 60s by the end of next week. Carl, you fired up?
I'm fired up. We're going to go sledding tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. But coming up, winter weather conditions can mean an increased chance for injuries. A few ways to prevent those in today's Medical Minute.
Is it time to upgrade your range, change out that dishwasher, replace your refrigerator, or are you ready to create your
News 9's Robin Marsh has a few ways to avoid weather-related injuries in today's Medical Minute.
Oh, we've been dealing with cold weather, and as cold weather moves in for the winter months, it can keep emergency departments extremely busy.
Shoveling's a big one. We see a lot of patients in the ER.
Dr. Sue Cullen says to avoid a trip to the ER, it's best to push the snow out of the way instead of dumping it, which can be a big workout on your heart.
If you start shoveling and you start having chest pain or shortness of breath, you should put that shovel down and rest and go in and be checked if it's chest pain.
Another winter emergency that sends more than 20,000 people to the ER each year is carbon monoxide poisoning.
We'll see people with symptoms that are mild, often headaches, and they're nauseated. They're a little confused at times, and it kind of depends on the level of their carbon monoxide poisoning.
The doctor says it can be serious, even deadly. So make sure you have working CO detectors in your home. It's the key to protecting you and your family from the colorless, odorless gas. But the most common injury that emergency departments see in the winter is falls.
We have wrist injuries, hip injuries. One of the areas where we see falls is people getting out of cars.
For today's Medical Minute, I'm Robin Marsh.
You guys are here early.
The text said you were bringing McDonald's.
Should we get right into it?
Nick, there's hot food present.
There's a deal for every morning. Get the new 2 for
News 9.
Okay, our top story here at 4:30, the snow continues to fall, and we've already broken records.
Oh, we're shattering records. Yeah, we have like 2 days in a row. It's been falling now for over 24 hours. And David, the snow's going to be sticking around for a while.
Yeah. It's going to snow pretty much all evening long, guys, and then it's just going to get lighter. It'll be more off and on, and then overnight tonight, it'll snow a little bit more. and then it's going to come to an end, right? So hang on. We're still out and about. We've had a lot of accidents yesterday, and we've had some this morning. We've had a few this afternoon, but a lot of folks are, as you can see, Hefner Parkway, Northwest Expressway, they're staying home, which is a good idea. If you don't have to get out and about, do not. Let's go to Val. There's Val Schott. And Val, it doesn't matter whether it's a side street, main street, doesn't matter. Roads are still snow covered. Go ahead and give us an update.
Yeah, roads are absolutely slick and snow covered, and you see that pile of snow right there. Everywhere you look, there's piles of snow, especially in these bigger parking lots and where, you know, the road graders have piled it up. And the thing about it is, it's not going away. It's just getting deeper the more snow we get. Back to you, David.
All right, great job, Val. Val and Amy have been out the last couple of days a lot. Again, yeah, covering winter weather for it. Look at there, having fun down in Moore. Moore is having a lot of fun. That's not the safest place to be, I'll be honest with you. Right next to the road. I'm just saying, as a dad. All right, let's do it. Let's go to Tom Pastrano. And Tom, he's been all over the city and all over the state, it seems like, the last couple of days. Tom, what do you think down in Choctaw?
Yeah, you know, one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of businesses that are closed, a lot of restaurants that are closed. So if you're going to head out to one of those, you might want to call ahead. The ones that are open, they're doing pretty good business right now with some long lines. Back to you.
All right, great job, Tom. And there you go. So if you've got to get out, sure, you can get out and about. But as always, it's going to be the streets less traveled, right? And the streets have not been treated, whether it's with, you know, sand or salt or a snow plow, you're obviously going to have problems. But some of these have been treated. But snow is still with us, and ice is still underneath that snow. So here are the 2-day snow totals. And many of these numbers on here are record snows, right? 5.9 in Oklahoma City, 5 inches in Edmond, 5.5 in Harris, 6 inches in El Reno, 5 in Chickasha, 7 down in Binger. And how about a 7 over in Seminole, 6 in Prague, and 5 up in Stillwater. And then up towards Tulsa, anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 inches of snow there. We did find an 8-inch total just southeast of Grand Lake, kind of a bullseye there, and that's kind of where our bullseye was of the heaviest snow. Had an 8-inch total. And then into southwestern Oklahoma, 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 inches of snow. 3 to 4, all the way down to Ardmore. So it was good. Our forecast, I think we did okay. All right, temperatures now. We have teens going on. It is cold. We have a north wind, still breezy to windy. Windy out west. Wind chills right now at or below 0. All right, this is the wave that's now through central and southern Oklahoma, Chickasha to El Reno. This is the back side of the storm system, but it's going to produce more snow for the afternoon into this evening. Like Elk City, like Retrop and Butler. More snow for you. Could see maybe a ½ inch or a little more out of that. And look at all the snow now running from Purcell up through all of Oklahoma City to Billings, to Enid, to Hennessy. And the dark blue, again, that's the heavier snow, the moderate snow. Little break in Oklahoma City, but look at this wall of snow now coming out of Canadian County, going right down Highway 81. It's going to get heavier, right? So little wave here moving out. Here comes the next wave coming right down I-40. All right, so good stuff going on. Snow now, Ringwood, Enid, Lamont, Billings, Ponca City. Road conditions, not good, just about statewide. Some areas are better than others, but once again, you can travel. No roads are closed, but they are slow going. Coming up at 4:46, how much more snow for this evening and tonight? It's going to get really cold. Some places in Oklahoma will be below 0. Not just the wind chills, but the temperatures. And what about the sun? Bring it on. 9-day coming up. Guys, back to you.
David, thanks. A lot of flights in and out of Will Rogers World Airport have been canceled because of the winter storm.
And that is causing some who just got to fly to get creative. News 9's Mike Glover is live at the airport with one family's story. Mike, what'd you find out?
Carl and Bobby, this weather is without question affecting flights in and out of Will Rogers airports. And even though the crews have been working all day clearing roads and runways, flight destinations are dependent upon departures from other airports. Freddie Sosin is from Enid trying to get to a funeral in Spokane this Saturday, but he was told he couldn't reschedule his flight until Saturday.
My flight has been canceled and I have to rebook another flight because it's important. I'm going to a family funeral and they really need me to go there.
Now, fortunately for Freddie, he was able to get tickets on a different airline, get his tickets refunded, and purchase tickets on a different airline. And if you're unsure about flights going in and out of Will Rogers, check out flyokc.com for the latest delays and cancellations. At Will Rogers World Airport, I'm Mike Glover for Oklahoma's own News 9.
Great job, Mike. If you're planning to drive in OKC today, you can check the city's snow routes before you head out. City officials say crews are monitoring and salting roads and bridges. You can find the interactive map plus safety tips on the city's website.
And here's a look at some snow routes in other metro cities. In Edmond, 15th and 33rd Streets between Air Depot and Santa Fe, as well as Eastern from Waterloo all the way through town. And in Norman, Lindsay Street is a snow route through most of the city. Flood or Highway 77 is a snow route from the interstate south to downtown. Well, some Oklahomans were hitting the road today just to get out there and help out those who might be stuck or sliding around.
Just some good Samaritans. News 9's Ashley Holden followed along with one group and joins us live in Edmond. Ashley?
Bobby and Carl, I've talked to a few Good Samaritans over the last 2 days, and really today, roads have gotten worse since this morning, and they're still snow covered. Well, I followed along with 4 drivers that went all across the metro, helping people in cars that were stuck, and even semis. Well, some people stayed inside or had fun in the snow.
I'll push you sideways.
TJ Eubanks was out with his friends helping others.
Yeah, I'm just out riding the roads, seeing if anybody's stranded, just troubles getting in and out of parking lots, getting them back home safe.
It's something he's been doing for about 4 years. A second-generation truck driver who says he's driven through even worse. He and his friends travel in a group to make sure they all stay safe.
The other one's four-wheel drive. If I get stuck, the other guy can pull me out and vice versa.
Why do you want to do this? Why are you out in the snow when most people are at home?
It's my way of giving back and helping the community.
And Eubanks, TJ there that we spoke with, is a part of the same Facebook group as Eugene. People might remember him from our live interview last night. And that is the Oklahoma 4x4 Rescue and Recovery Facebook group. I have shared a link to that group on our social media. We've got a lot of friendly visitors here in Edmond today. We're also going to share a link to that group on our News 9 app. For now, live in Edmond, Ashley Holden, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Yes, who could forget Eugene from Ukraine, the guy who loves snow and was out there just to help people. That's Oklahoma 4x4 Rescue and Recovery on Facebook right there. They've been doing great work since yesterday, so good for them.
I know. Once the sun comes out, they're going to be like, oh, man.
I guess we're going to go back to work. We have been telling you about this partnership going on between the Oklahoma National Guard and OHP.
And the SMART teams have been busy all across the state. They helped stabilize a semi that slid off the highway near Durant. Teams are also stationed in Miami, Claremore, McAllister. They'll be on standby through tomorrow. OG&E crews are busy at work in El Reno right now. They say galloping is causing several power issues. That's where we find News 9's Augusta McDonald. And Augusta, we want to know what's going on there and how the wind plays into this.
Bobby, Carl, yeah, the wind is the issue out here, and as you can see, it's just cranking. Behind me, we've got dozens of trucks lined up after OG&E announced that they would be sending about 600 linemen and workers out to areas west of the Oklahoma City Metro. We're near the I-40 and Highway 81 interchange, where you see these trucks lined up. We see trucks headed out to work, and what the issue is, like you were talking about, the wind is causing power lines to gallop. Basically, they're whipping around. I asked one of the linemen what the issue is, and he said basically, you know, you have this equipment that starts bouncing around. If the lines hit each other, it's a problem. And right now I'm seeing, looking at the outage map in this area, there's kind of spotty outages. But the biggest I'm seeing is about 48 people who are out of power near Calumet. But it looks like help is on the way. Again, 600 linemen dispatched this afternoon and workers to figure out what's going on with power outages in the western part of the Oklahoma City Metro. Live near El Reno, Augusta McDonald, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, thank you, Augusta. We are live in the Bob Mills Weather Center. It is still very cold, wind chills below 0, and the snow continues to fall. Look at that snow there across the metro. It's going to get heavier. How much more snow? What about low temperatures close to 0? Man, I'm ready for some sun. Your forecast is coming up.
I'm here for you.
Here we go.
Shattering them, in
Old
fact, with
records,
the with the snowfall.
1913?
Okay.
That's an old one.
Here, look at us.
wow.
I don't remember it.
No
Bobby?
kidding, 1913.
Bobby, 39-year-old here. That's 39, hanging on.
That is really something.
Thank you.
I mean,
She has nothing to say.
and the weather's all right too.
I would say that you guys called this pretty good as far as snow totals.
Yeah,
Still
it did
coming
okay.
down.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good.
And the thing is, snow is really tough. And here's the deal. If I say it's going to snow an inch of rain, and we get half an inch, nobody cares. I won't get one email.
Yeah.
But if I go, we're going to get 3 inches of snow, and we get an inch, burn him in the street, run him over, drag him behind the car.
By the snowplow.
I know, yeah. I mean, fire him.
This clearly isn't getting to your head at all.
Well, I mean, I've done this a long time. My skin is about as thick as elephant skin, but I'm just saying that the hate mails come out. If you go 3 to 6 inches and we get, things happen sometimes.
That's right.
And, oh, my God.
You tell people it's going to rain. I'm not going to go outside.
Yeah. I hope
you tell people it's going to snow.
in. I'm like, okay, hey, listen, that's enough. That's enough.
It's going to snow. We'll see about that.
Yeah, there's lots of yelling. And look at Justin.
And
back
those
there.
are just the ones from your mom.
Yeah, right. And Grandma,
That's your own
too.
family.
Oh, Grandma. We had to block Grandma from the News 9 list. She can't even email anymore.
She doesn't get Channel 9 anymore.
No.
We took it off her TV.
She's completely gone. Hey, you know what? Roads are still not good. Now, like this, it's not bad. Traveling just fine. We're okay. And then you get to this, right? Northwest Expressway, Hefner Parkway. You're going 20, 25 miles per hour. Broadway extension is okay. All right, could be worse. Let's go to Val and Amy Castor here. Get an update from Val. And he's headed, looks like northbound there. Val, what do you think? Give us an update as you make your way through the metro. Some roads good, some highways. Yep. I-44, not too bad right there.
Yeah, you're talking about the roads, David. Say last night, this stretch of road right here, this pavement you're looking at, was complete black ice. But what's changed now is there's been enough wind, I guess you could say, that a lot of that black ice has evaporated. And so it's not quite as slick as it was, which is why everybody's driving a little bit faster. But still, there's a lot of snow on the road, and we still got to be careful. Back to you, David.
All right, great job, Val. Looking good. Let's go to Tom. And tracker's still out and about. Tom, there we go. And boy, look at that shot. So here's the deal. Obviously, on I-44, I-35, you know, you can see Val's shot looked pretty good. And Tom, down near Nakoma Park, yeah, look at the. Oh, hey, there you go. There you go. There goes Bobby going home. There's Bobby Miller going home.
Bye.
Bye. She gone. All right, Tom, give us an update down near Nakoma Park.
Yeah, you know, the traction is a little bit better with that snow that fell today, and I think it's giving people a little bit more confidence. And what you're seeing there is as they're going faster, there's a little bit more slipping and sliding. Good thing is I haven't seen any accidents, and I haven't seen many people getting stuck. There still are areas with a lot of snow on the off ramps, so there are areas that people are getting stuck. Back to you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And there's a little bit of warming going on today. Believe it or not, the UV rays from the sun continue to penetrate the snow and warm the ground a little bit. So there has been a little bit of melting, even though we're in the teens, not much. But yeah, this evening is just going to be about like this. Here's this guy taking out here to pick up, no weight in the back probably, and probably not four-wheel drive. All right, let's go back to the records today. Yeah, yesterday a record. Right before midnight, we ended up with 3 inches of snow yesterday, and today 2.9. So now we're at 5.9, right? Look at these records. 1913, both of these set back to back. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. And we will add a little bit more than that. Probably another quarter, maybe up to a half an inch, maybe a little bit more over the next several hours through this evening, okay? Now, take a look at these snowfall totals. Justin Rudisell put these together. 6 inches in El Reno, 7 inches in Binger, 5 in Chickasha, 6 in Purcell, 6 in Prague. You might measure a little less. You might measure a little more in your yard, okay? But these are official now. We're going with these numbers, and even into northeastern Oklahoma, up near Grand Lake and Bonita, up to 7.5 to 8 inches there. Even 3 to 4 inches down south, 3 to 4 to 5 in the north, and 5 inches out in Guyman with some pretty big drifts. We've had drifts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet deep because of the blowing snow that's been blowing these bands and these heavy waves of snow off the fields, okay? All right, so here comes the last hurrah of snow moving into western Oklahoma. We have a break, all right, in between over Clinton and Hobart, and then here's the snow now coming into Oklahoma City. But you folks in the west, Cheyenne, Butler, Elk City, you're going to get snow moving in here shortly, coming right down I-40. Oklahoma City all the way to Ponca City, this is all snow. It's all snow and light blue, light snow, darker the blue. You're looking at Next Gen Live. This is our 1,000,000-watt radar. It's put in what we call winter mode. And again, showing you the snow here clearly. And look at this creeping across out of Canadian County into Oklahoma County right now. That's all snow. And it is moderate snow in El Reno, and it's going to scoot right across all of Oklahoma City. We'll pick up another probably 1/4 of an inch out of that. So we're going to end up with over 6 inches out of this storm for sure. Okay, so light snow in Oklahoma City, but here it comes. There's your wall of snow coming in out west. Northern Oklahoma, Ponca City, Billings, Enid. Good snow right now in Enid. Yeah, heavy snow there. Good flakes. Fairview, Alva, Sealing, more snow falling. All right, road conditions, not good. Slick, just about statewide. Here in Oklahoma City, 14 degrees. North wind at 19, gusts to well over 20. Wind chill of 3 below 0 in Oklahoma City. It is frigid. 14 in El Reno, 16 in Stillwater, 17 in Byers, 18 in Holdenville and Wewoka, and 14 in from Weatherford. The rest of Oklahoma, everybody, for the most part, in the teens, except for the southeast, 20s down there. Winds 20 to nearly 30 miles per hour out west. It's blowing, and wind chills below 0. High 35 westward. They will stay like that all evening long. Look at the scope of this storm from Texas all the way to Maine. This is the backside of the storm right here. Once this moves by tonight, it's over with, and guess what returns tomorrow? Talking about sunshine. But this evening, look at the snow. It just kind of fills back in. There's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. This is going to be light snow with pockets of moderate snow in there. That's going to go on through midnight, and then overnight tonight, it's in eastern Oklahoma, and then over there it winds down. So this evening, snow comes out of the west, continues to the east. Everybody, for the most part, except for the far northwest and the far south, has a pretty good chance of snow this evening. Overnight tonight, it comes to an end, and that's it. Additionally, how much more snow? Maybe an inch in the light blue. In the dark blue, a couple of areas might see an additional 2 inches. So this is on top of what you've already received right now. Lows tonight, 5 in Oklahoma City. Pipe bursting temperatures tomorrow morning and Saturday morning, a low of 3. We get above freezing, barely, by 1 degree Saturday, mid-30s Sunday. Look at next week, bring it on, 50s and 60s. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving next week. Enjoy the snow. Guys, back to you.
And it's still coming down. In fact, let's check it out in downtown Oklahoma City. Still falling. Don't we look beautiful with a coat of white?
One of the prettiest shots I've seen the last couple of days has been this one right here.
You're looking
we look big
good,
time here with the
Oklahoma.
snow. Yeah,
we're back
for sure.
with more after this.
Next, DT.
You know, season 2, I hope so.
Enjoy.
Are here at the Homeless Alliance staying warm and getting shelter. In fact, the executive director tells us they expect more people as this storm continues. The Homeless Alliance is providing breakfast, lunch, and dinner for people. They say Embark has been gracious enough to provide people with a shuttle from the City Rescue Mission and City Care to the Homeless Alliance so they can get food.
They are also working with the Oklahoma City Police Department and other outreach units to encourage people to come to the shelter.
A lot are saying yes, and we're bringing them here to City Rescue Mission. Some are still thinking they can tough it out, and we just keep going back and asking.
Dan Strawn says that their outreach teams will be out until sundown to go back out tomorrow morning. Wow, good for them. Coming up here on News 9 at 4 o'clock, showing the Oklahoma Standard, how a group of people help those in need despite the conditions here at 5.
Normal is still not part of the equation for our schools, but we'll keep you ahead of the curve. Your
Oklahoma deals with this major snowstorm.
And we have a team of reporters and trackers monitoring conditions statewide. But first, let's go over to David, who's tracking the very latest from the Bob Mills Weather Center.
All right, guys, here we go. And guess what? Another heavy wave of snow now coming back into Oklahoma City. Taylor, our 4 o'clock producer, she just walked by and said, make it stop. Please make it end. What? I don't control it. I just try to forecast it. Yeah, I know. So here we go. It's still bad out there. Look at the snow here. Look at that shot. And this is coming out of El Reno right now, coming in Oklahoma City. It's going to get heavier, right? Let's go to Val Castor, get an update from Val. And out near Mustang, Val, another wave of snow coming in Oklahoma City out of Canadian County and Grady County. Give us an update.
Well, David, you know, I was just noticing that the snow now appears to be getting heavier. We're in Mustang right now. Visibility has gotten lower. The snow is coming down heavier, so it's probably that wave you're talking about that's coming out from west to east here. I tell you, Mustang got hit pretty good. Quite a bit of snow on the ground here, David.
Yeah, they sure did. Anywhere from, 4 to 5 to locally 6 inches out in Canadian County. All right, let's go to Tom Pastrano. Thank you, Val. Let's go down south here, and he's in northeast Oklahoma City, a little farther east. And Tom, light snow and flurries there, but it's going to get heavier. We'll do it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. I can see up ahead towards downtown, and the buildings are becoming obscure. The snow is getting just a little bit heavier. And, yeah, it should be coming in here shortly. Back to you.
Okay. All right. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. And more snow. Okay. So yesterday, record snowfall. 3 inches in Oklahoma City. The old record, 2.5. And today, another record, 2.9. We've already added a little bit more to that. We will end up more than 2.9 inches of snow today. All right. Because it is still snowing. And we have, again, that heavier band of snow coming in right now. So for the last 2 days, our snowfall forecast looked just pretty close to that, right? We had that big area of 4 to 8. We had a 7 in Binger. We had a 4.5 in Guthrie. We had a 5 in Edmond, 5.5 in Hera, 6 inches in Prague, 7 inches in Seminole. So the forecast that we put out here looked pretty good. Verified for the most part, 8 inches. The most was northeast Oklahoma, but still quite a few 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-inch amounts running from the southwest to the northeast. So this is the wave of snow that's over us now. The back edge of the storm is in the eastern Texas panhandle. It'll come out as we get into this evening and overnight tonight. So here comes the last hurrah of the energy, but there's also a piece of energy in here that's coming through central Oklahoma right now. And looking at Next Year Live, our 1,000,000-watt radar, the darker the blue, that's moderate to heavy snow now running from Billings and Enid down to Grady County. That's going to come right across Oklahoma City, and we'll pick up another quarter, maybe another half-inch out of that. And here it comes, crossing out of Canadian County into Oklahoma County. Now, Next Year Live, we've gone from winter mode to what looks like rain to you. The darker the green, that's moderate snow, and where you see those pockets of yellow enhancing near Piedmont and Yukon, that's going to be a little bit heavier snow as it comes right down I-40. All right, up north, Enid, Kremlin, Billings, Lamont, Newkirk, Ponca City. Your snow continues to go on. Southern Oklahoma, Pauls Valley, you bet. Lindsay, some light snow down here. This is all light snow, but roads are not good down there. Roads aren't good statewide. They are slick, snow covered. Some places a little better than others. The main roads are obviously better than the less traveled roads, but your neighborhood streets and things like that, sure, you're going to have problems. Okay, coming up at 5:16, how much more snow this evening and tonight? Pipe bursting temperatures, dangerous wind chills, and what about the sunshine? We need it. We need to start melting some of this off. We can play in it a little bit longer. When does the sun return? Forecast coming up in about 10 minutes. Guys, back to you.
David, thank you. You know, we have been giving you round-the-clock coverage of the weather and the road conditions. And, of course, though, there are a lot of folks out there right now putting in long hours.
There sure are. ODOT workers and plows have been treating highways and roads since really the first flakes started falling. We have reporters monitoring the conditions out there and the impacts. Let's start tonight with Brittany Toulis live at the I-235, I-44 interchange. Brittany.
Yeah, Amanda, Carl, I wanted to be here at the I-235-44 interchange so I can show you guys what different parts of the highway looks like. And I'm going to slowly step out of the way to show you because I'm kind of on a sheet of ice right now, so this may be a little slower than before. But so I'm going to point you over towards the on and off ramps first. Those on and off ramps are going to be a lot more slick than the main stretches of highway. You can see this on ramp from 235 onto 44 right here, and it is completely snow covered. That patch of kind of gravel is not the road. That's not the road at all. The road is that covered over part right next to it. And if you look a little north, that patch, that is 44. So that you can see is a little clearer. Obviously, you should not be going at full highway speeds during this. Slow down, give each other space on the road. You can see those cars going the opposite direction. They have a nice distance in between each other, and they are slowing down, which is very good. And those elevated on and off ramps are going to be even more slick because those elevated roads are going to be getting cooled from the top and bottom. Another issue that ODOT said that drivers and plow drivers are having is visibility from the blowing snow across. I don't know if you guys saw a minute ago, but the snow is kind of blowing directly in my face, and that's blowing directly across the road. So blowing snow from the sides back into the roads after those plows have pushed it back. And now, speaking of those plows, if you do see them on the roads, give them space as well. You need to stay back at least 200 feet because that salt and sand is going to be flying out of the back of it.
Materials, of course, will hit the roadway and some can bounce. So we need them to stay back and let them. It also is kind of a safety feature because it also lets the materials get down in some of the areas before the traffic is driving on them.
Yeah, if that salt is hitting your car first, it's not hitting the road and it's not doing its job. And this is the wind and snow blowing directly at me that I'm talking about. The snow is still blowing almost parallel to the ground. And so if you want to keep updated on the highway roads, ODOT has an app. It's called Drive Oklahoma. It'll show you the road conditions. You can even tap into cameras statewide to see how these roads are. And we'll post that information on our News 9 website. For now, at the 235-44 junction, Brittany Toulis, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Covering the highways for us, Brittany. Thank you. And as crews are working out there, here are some more things to keep in mind. We're told the OKC crews have already used more than 700 tons of salt and driven nearly 7,000 miles. In fact, they're on their second round of hitting all the snow routes right now. It's also worth noting temperatures are too low for the salt to be put back down. They say it needs to be at least 15 degrees or warmer. They're hoping to maybe do that tomorrow.
On the education front, some school districts are calling off class for tomorrow. OKCPS, Edmond, Piedmont, and Mustang are all having snow days for students. You can see the full list of closures and the moves online on news9.com. It's worth noting that some districts like Edmond are out of snow days for the year, so tomorrow will have to be made up at a later date.
More to come on that. And despite the slick conditions today, there are still folks in our community in need. And luckily, there are those to step up to lend a hand. Our Storm Jones has something good amid this winter storm.
To the senior citizens who rely on Meals on Wheels, the snow is no substitute to the sustenance they get through a warm meal and the friendship of a friendly face.
Raised in northern Kansas, this was pretty routine.
On days like today, when the roads are especially treacherous, Ralph Cannaday and his brother-in-law Joe Smiley say they feel an even greater obligation to make sure their stops are served on their Bethany route.
Most of the people that we see today, we're going to be their only outside contact. They may have family members, but they're working or they're far away, and the conditions today, they might not be able to be with their family.
It means a lot, obviously, because I'm hungry. Well, a day like today, there's no way I could get out since I don't really have a car.
Ralph and his wife Margot took over the Bethany First Church of the Nazarene program in 2015.
We're just trying to be Jesus.
But they've been volunteering with Meals on Wheels since the 90s.
Most of them can't believe we're out doing this.
Rain, snow, pretty well everything.
Providing more than a meal on a day most of us want to stay indoors.
We just enjoyed doing this outreach from our church to the community.
Storm Jones, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Meals on Wheels, always doing great work. All right, don't forget, now is the perfect time to download that News 9 weather app. Actually, a couple days ago, probably the perfect time. But, it's just good to have right now because you can see all our weather coverage, the live radar anytime, right at your phone.
Here goes another one. Let's see what he can do. He's going to try. They got a ramp set up and everything.
Very nice. All over the state today, there have been so many people taking advantage of the snowfall, and that included sledding.
Yeah, it wasn't that cold outside, today. I mean, with the wind, but you're sledding, you're having a good time. You forget that it's 14
you're working up
degrees.
A sweat, sure.
Yeah, so our crews and storm trackers got kids having a blast in Moore, in Oklahoma City as well. At Douglas Park is one, big ton one in Oklahoma City. Good hill there. And a whole lot of fun. You can get a lot of speed. Get a lot of speed. And the snow's going to get a lot wetter, right? I mean, it's going to get, right now it's kind of fluffy. It's like that powder snow, and good for skiing.
Down.
It's going to get packed down. It's going to get a little wetter, and it's going to get faster.
Just wait.
And that's what we're in for tomorrow,
hopefully.
Still ahead, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. We'll check back in with David for a look at his timeline for the rest of the storm. Coming up next.
An average day can change in an instant.
They're going up like bombs.
Felt like everything shook.
Got about a 5-mile backup.
But as your neighbors at the only locally owned station, we're here to let you know.
Active shooter.
I mean, it just pancaked down.
Spare death row inmate.
With the fastest helicopter.
Yep, there we go. Completely closed down.
And the passion to keep you safe and informed. Right now, when it counts.
News 9 tornado warning.
See the best breaking news coverage on Oklahoma's own News 9.
See that RAV4? Bring 49 down and pay the payment on the window.
See that F-150? Bring 49 down and pay the payment on the window.
Post Oak Toyota is selling every used vehicle for just 49 down.
And pay the payment on the window. Mic drop.
Not today.
Hey.
Honda Civic LX, 49 down and $269 per month. Ford Explorers, $49 down, $209 per month. Call 800 New Credit.
Bring $49 down
And pay the payment on the window.
at Post Oak Toyota.
I'm voting for Mayor David Holt on Tuesday, February 8th.
His leadership has strengthened our economy.
We have the lowest unemployment in history.
We're improving city streets and investing in our city through maps.
We increased funding for police and fire.
And we're adding over 120 new police officers.
That's why firefighters and police officers like me support David Holt.
And that's why I'm voting for Mayor David Holt on February 8th.
Let's move forward together as one OKC.
Bring comfort home for less and save 20% off three-piece reclining living room sets and 20% off mattress sets at Galleria Furniture and Mattress Outlet.
This is the future of Oklahoma. And today, our commitment to students, teachers, and schools is more important than ever. The Oklahoma Lottery is proud to be a part of that commitment. Over the past 15 years, the lottery has
Thanks, my feeling. What's happening here?
No, I think it's just dry skin. Everybody's,
What,
yeah.
What do you say? I look like a lizard over here?
That's right.
I'm not saying a word.
Like a snake.
You haven't been moisturizing.
I moisturize.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Moisturize. Plenty. Lots.
People doing that, they got outside today, so dry out there. Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with the dry air, right? This is Arctic air, and yeah, not good at all.
When is this stopping? When's the snow stopping?
I think about 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to be in it to win it. So, it will end overnight tonight. When you get up tomorrow, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, sunshine. Here we go. Roads are not good, and there is more snow coming. Moving in right now, right? Look at the shots. Look at these shots. Visibilities are actually dropping now. The wind is still breezy from the north, and wow, look at that shot. Let's go to Val. Look at downtown. Let's Val Castor shot. Look at the galloping lines there, guys. See the lines? Up and down. That's a problem. Yeah, that'll give you some issues. Val, the wind is blowing and lines are responding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard your reporters earlier talking about the galloping power lines. Well, there you go, right there. There's an example, and when the wind gets up, that's what happens. And also, David, look at the visibility there. I mean, the snow is coming down heavier right now, and this is Highway 152 west of Mustang, and there are 4- and 5-foot drifts. You can't see it right there, but in that ditch, big drifts over there. David, back to you.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, 4- and 5-foot drifts. By the way, that's going to be there for about 10 days. Okay, that snow will be on the ground 10 days from now. When you get drifts that deep, 4 and 5 feet deep, yep, those do not just melt over the weekend into early next week. Even though we're going to get warmer, There is a ton of snow out there. Look at that shot out near Mustang right now. Wow, it's coming down too. Look at the snow falling. Okay, let's go to Tom Pastrano. He's in northeast Oklahoma City where the snow is just flurrying right now. It's going to get heavier. Tom, heavier snow coming your way. Give us an update.
Yeah, I'm on the Broadway extension right now, and the snow has just started. You can see it blowing around, and the traffic is not what it usually is right now. It's usually during rush hour traffic, bumper to bumper. But we're moving along. Haven't seen an accident in at least 2 hours. That's the good news. Back to you.
Great news there, and hopefully we won't have any accidents to show you throughout your evening. But, there's always that one guy, right? Yeah, that one guy. All right, let's get back to it here. And yesterday and today, record snowfall yesterday in Oklahoma City of 3 inches of snow. Today, 2.9. That's going to go up. Hang on, that'll go up. These are very old records. Both of these set back in 1913. So 2 days, record snow, back to back. You got to love it. Remember our forecast map? We kept saying the heaviest snow along the I-44 corridor. Well, looky there, heaviest snow, I-44 corridor. 6 inches in El Reno, 5.5 in Hera, 6 inches in Prague, 5 inches in Stillwater. So these are the 2-day totals, yesterday through today, and it is still snowing. These will go up a little bit higher. Northeastern, central, southwestern Oklahoma, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 inches of snow up around Grand Lake and Veneta. Even had 5 inches out in Guyman, 7 inches in Buffalo, 4 in Hollis, even 3 to 4 inches down south. Southeast Oklahoma, not as much. Had a little bit of a dusting to an inch and had some ice and some sleet down there. The flip side, the pictures have been amazing. Look at that shot there of Wyatt from Choctaw. That is a handsome little fella there for sure. Wow, great picture. Appreciate the shot. Harper from Norman. Harper looks good, making a snow angel. That's what it's all about. What a great picture here that is. Snowball fight possibly from the Thomas family right here in Oklahoma City. And the Wind kids. The last name is the Wind? You're kidding me. I love it. From Cromwell. All right. Should have named my daughter Wind Payne. Right?
Wind Payne.
Think about it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that wouldn't have worked.
Need the moisturizer.
Am I still flaking again? In the weathercast, I'm flaking too much. All right. Hey, Broadway extension is a slow go. El Reno, look at the visibility because of the snow moving back in. Look at Enid. Look at the snow in Enid right now. Yeah, that's Enid. Hang on. Look at the snow. Central northern Oklahoma. The back edge of the storm is right here. That's it. Once this moves by, it's all over with, and we're going to end it. But that's not going to happen until tonight. All right, so little breakout west, but far west, here comes the next wave of snow. This is the last wave. From Cheyenne to Elk City to Sayre to Retrop, it's going right down I-40. Everybody in western Oklahoma gets snow out of that. For Oklahoma City, moderate to, at times, heavy snow in the dark blue from Chickasha all the way to southwest of Ponca City, moving into Ponca City now. This is, again, pretty good snow here in Oklahoma City. The dark blue going right down I-40, going into Mustang, Yukon, Piedmont, Cashin. That's moderate to heavy snow, and the dark green going to the yellow. Pretty good snow. We'll pick up another quarter, half an inch of snow out of that. We're going to add to our record snowfall from yesterday and today, and it's happening right now. Hey, northern Oklahoma, Enid, Ponca City, Newkirk, Lamont, nice snow up here. This is all good. Moderate to heavy snow at times, lots of light snow as well, and the snow goes down to about Pauls Valley, Etowah, Maud, Seminole. This is all pretty much light snow down here. As you get south of Noble and Purcell, it's much lighter. All right, so road conditions right now, not good at all. Some places, some roads, a little better than others. Roads that are highly traveled, they're going to be better, but your side streets, your neighborhood streets, they're obviously not treated or whatever. They're not going to be good. So remember, roads will not get better this evening, tonight, or tomorrow morning. They'll get a little better tomorrow, though, with some sunshine. Look at the Hefner Parkway and the Northwest Expressway. No thanks. 14 degrees in Oklahoma City. Winds now gusting to 29. Wind chill of 4 below zero. 13 in El Reno. That's the air temperature. 17 in Chandler. The rest of Oklahoma, everybody in the teens, except for the southeast. North winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Strongest winds along and west of I-35. That wind's going to stay up this evening. And wind chills below zero. I-35 westward. It's an evening to stay inside. Big storm running from Mexico all the way to Maine. We're on the backside, and we got to get through this evening and tonight, and then that'll be the end of it. And then quiet weather returns. So look at the snow hanging around this evening and tonight. And then overnight tonight, it will gradually come to an end, but not until after midnight. All right, this evening, snow out of the west continues to push to the east. Just about everybody has a 100% chance of snow. The snow ends overnight. Still going to snow overnight, but it's going to end, okay? How much more snow? I think in the light blue up to an extra additional inch. Some areas in the darker blue, including Oklahoma City, a few areas might see upwards of nearly 2 inches. Lows tonight, pipe bursting temperatures statewide. 1 in Ponca City, 3 in Woodward, 3 in Hobart. A few locations will dip below 0. And highs tomorrow with the snow on the ground, upper 20s. 9-day forecast, we barely get above freezing Saturday. Pipe bursting temperatures Saturday and Sunday morning. Next week, I don't know about you, but I could use 40s and 50s. We'll be back. Hang on right after this.
If you're ready for great selection and excellent pricing, come see us at Hunt Appliance Warehouse and put us to the test.
Hey, it's February, and you know what that means. It's time for free.
roads. It's too cold right now to salt them. That probably won't happen till tomorrow around noon. But a reminder, they are only focusing on those snow routes. And it does seem people are listening to pleas to stay off the roads if possible. EMSA says they have seen a sharp decrease in accidents, but they have responded to 4 cold exposure calls. 2 of those people had to be transported to the hospital. And for our homeless population, several shelter locations providing expanded winter overflow through the weekend.
Some of these locations could use some donations. In fact, they probably all could use your assistance. Some of them will have specific items listed on their social media, but really the best thing you can do is donate directly. Easiest way to do that is on their website. Each one of them has a donate button.
And I'll also mention Park and Rec and senior centers are all closed through Friday, and no trash service today or tomorrow. The trucks will come through to this weekend and pick up. Amanda.
Dana, thank you. And still ahead here on News 9, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. In fact, we have a special edition of News 9 at 5:30 up next. Stay with us.
Guys, are you sick of taking the pill for erectile dysfunction? The headaches, the blurred vision, what a disaster. Well, I have great news. Acoustic wave therapy is clinically proven to open up and regrow blood vessels and has been studied.
major winter storm hitting the Sooner State.
We have a team of reporters and trackers still out there monitoring the conditions statewide. But first, let's get over to David, who's tracking the very latest from the Bob Mills Weather Center.
Yeah, guys, more snow. Yet another wave of moderate snow now moving back into Oklahoma City. Roads are not any better. As a matter of fact, they're getting worse. The sun's going down. There's no warming going on. We did have a little bit of melting today. Sure, road crews have done a good job doing what they can, but there are a lot of roads out there. Look at that shot. That's a cold shot. Let's go to Val Castor. Welcome to Canada, or maybe Alaska. Look at that shot from Val. North winds blowing, drifting of snow. Val, out near Mustang. Boy, that is no fun at all. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, David, I tell you what, the wind is really whipping out here. This is west of Mustang on Highway 152, and the problem we have out here is not as much the slick roads, although they are slick, but we're having roads that are drifting shut out here. The road up ahead of us is closed for a stretch because of the snow just keeps drifting back over it just as fast as they can plow it back off. David? Okay, there you go. So out near Mustang. And Val, did you have the street name on that road? You know the street name that's closed? Highway 152 west of Mustang. Yeah. It's shut down near Banner. Yeah, okay. 152 west of Mustang, shut down near Banner. It's drifted shut. It's closed, okay? That's impressive. Let's go to Tom Pastrano, get an update from Tom. He's up in the Edmond area. My old stomping grounds right there, looking good. And, wow, downtown Edmond. There you go, Tom. And it's quiet. It's quiet. There goes some Cox cable going for somebody. Looking good, though.
Yeah, there's not as many people on the road right now, which is good. Lots of new snow mounds. These snow mounds will probably be around for at least a week. Back to you.
All right, there we go. Yeah, lots of snow up in Edmond, and of course the rail yards right over here. Evoke Coffee right here. Little shout out. One of my favorite places. Okay, let's get to it. Back to Links 1, talking about record snowfall yesterday. 3 inches of snow in Oklahoma City. Yesterday, 2.9 today, and we're adding to that right now as I speak. That will be higher than that, and we'll just keep updating that number there. All right, snowfall amounts. The last 2 days, record snow for many, many locations. 4.5 in Guthrie, 5.9 at Will Rogers, 6 in Tuttle, 6 in Norman, 5.5 in Shawnee, 6 in Prague, 7 in Tulsa. The rest of Oklahoma, remember our forecast map we had, and we kept saying the I-44 corridor? That's exactly where this worked out, folks. Tulsa, down to Oklahoma City, down to Lawton, anywhere from 4, 5, 6, 7 inches of snow scattered in there, even 4 to 5 in the north and 3 to 4 down south. So it's been a good one for sure. All right, temperatures in the teens, that's not good. It is frigid cold going on for sure. North winds giving us wind chills, 4 below now in Oklahoma City. How about 4 below in Cheyenne? How about 0 in Woodward? All right, so where is the snow? It's running from central and northern Oklahoma. This is a fairly strong piece of energy overhead right now, but the back edge of the storm is here. And this will be a little bit of some light snow that will last as we get into tonight. But once this moves by, that will be the end of the snow. But here it comes, the end of the snow, the last bang of this event. Now coming into Elk City and Butler. It's going right down I-40, headed to Oklahoma City. And yes, the blue, the darker the blue, the heavier the snow. Notice where it is, north of Chickasha, all the way to Enid. And again, this is good snow in here, moderate snow. We'll pick up another 1/4 to 1/2 inch out of that. And when we switch radar modes, the darker the green, the heavier the snow. And then you see the yellow pocket showing up. That's some pretty good snow in there. There it is now, coming right over News 9, which is right here. So the snow now picking up. Northern Oklahoma, good snows in Enid and Lamont. We like that. Down south, light snow there going on. Nothing too crazy. And road conditions, yeah, there they are. Not good. All right, if you have to get out and about, sure, main roads will be your better bet than taking the secondary streets or whatever. Your neighborhoods, though, those aren't good. So how much more snow? We're talking about how cold tonight and tomorrow night. Get ready. And what about some sunshine? Forecast coming up. Guys, back to you.
Well, we have been giving you round-the-clock coverage of this weather and road conditions, but lots of folks out there are pulling long hours.
ODOT workers, city workers, their plows have been treating highways and roadways really since the first flakes started falling. We have reporters monitoring the conditions all around and the impacts. Let's start now with Jennifer Pierce, who's live at Southwest 89th and Penn. Jen?
Well, Amanda, we have been at this intersection all day. We've seen a lot of traffic come through this intersection with very few problems. But the one problem that is getting everyone is this inside turn lane. Folks turning right, going north onto Penn. they get stuck right there. We did see a city snowplow come through just a few minutes ago, so hopefully they will clear that problem for people. Now, I also want to mention that this is an Embark bus route and stop. Embark officials say city buses are running. They started at 6 this morning and will run through midnight. The buses are on snow routes and may not be on schedule due to the snow-packed roads, but the riders can check real-time bus arrivals at myride.embarkok.com. Many residents, as you know, depend on this service. I'm told they have had a couple thousand riders today.
Don't forget, this is an essential service for many people. This is the way they get around and they get to work, and this is the only way they can make a living. So it's really important that we maintain our commitment to the community and make sure we can help get them where they need to go.
Now, behind me is a covered bench, but a lot of these benches are just open, exposed. Still, either way, extremely cold out here. So if you or a loved one must ride a bus, be sure to get there, give yourself plenty of time, and bundle up. It is frigid out here. Reporting live in Southwest Oklahoma City, Jennifer Pierce, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Jen, thanks. Good information right there. And don't forget, as crews work to clear the roads, there is a snow route map, and this map shows which roads have priority to be cleared and which ones are cleared by which agency and which ones are not cleared at all. And we have a link to that right now on the News 9 app.
Those roads really are better than some of the others. And while the heavy snowfall we've seen, it's been a headache for some. It is all fun and games for others. News 9's Barry Mangold joins us live with a look at how one Oklahoman is spending this snow day. Barry?
Yeah, Amanda, some people see the snow and think maybe school's going to close or maybe we're going to have a snowball fight or go sledding. Other people say, I got to get my go-kart and hit the streets. Take a look. That's 20-year-old Trevor Schreier earlier today. He's been whipping around his neighborhood in that go-kart ever since the snow started coming down yesterday. He said he got that go-kart for a few $100 on Facebook Marketplace recently and saw the snow and thought this is going to be the perfect place to test these new wheels. The thing is, it did not do well in the snow at all. Let's be honest here. Trevor even said that he's even tried tying zip ties onto the tires to act as chains to get traction, and that just did not work. I asked him why would he ever want to take a go-kart out in the snow? Here's what he said.
Yeah, I've seen some videos on YouTube, and it looked really cool, so I had to try it.
So the takeaway here is go-karts are not doing well in this snow, just like any other car out there. I even actually had to get behind him and push him out of some snow when he couldn't get the engine going and get tires spinning. But definitely safe to say that it was a creative way to spend these fast 2 snow days. Live in Oklahoma City, Barry Mangold, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Very creative. And he made it on TV.
His tires were bald, though. I'm just saying, you know,
well,
you gotta get the snow tires on the go-kart.
Tires, okay.
Yeah.
There's an idea. Still ahead, our team coverage of the winter weather continues. We'll check back in with David for a look at this rest of the storm timeline coming up next.
This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
Another look at the forecast, and snow quite a bit today, you know, I think from what we were kind of expecting. I mean, we didn't expect snow, but 3 inches today is impressive.
Well, yeah, I mean, but a lot of that came with what was connected to last night's storm. So, but today we've had, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches today. So we'll pick up a little bit more.
We're not done.
But total is over 6 inches now. And some places have had 7 to 8 inches, so yeah.
That's right around the range, though, you thought we would be at when it's all said and done.
Yeah, we said 4 to 8 along the I-44 corridor from southwest into central northeast Oklahoma. So, yeah, you know, sometimes you win a few and
pat yourself on the back.
Other times you lose a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So snow's important to people. It really is.
Well, it impacts a lot.
You miss it by an inch, oh boy. People get ugly.
Right, David Payne.
I just block them. I just, you know. What?
You do not.
What?
You welcome all.
Welcome all what?
Comments.
People that hammer me on social media?
For the time being.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just let them keep ripping me. Now, Carl and I go in there and we respond with nice messages back. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Happy birthday. Shower them with love.
Your dog's not wearing a sweater out there in the cold. What are you doing about it?
Come on, pull it together. All right, hey, you know what? Trackers are still out. The roads are not better. The next wave of snow is coming on in. Visibilities are dropping as the snow is getting a little bit heavier. Let's go to Val. He thinks he's found the biggest snow drift so far. All right, Val, out in your Mustang, I guess, what, 5, 7? How many feet deep is that?
David, you know, I'm going to say 7 feet.
7 feet deep.
It dwarfs the other ones that we've seen, and we've seen 2 of them so far that were 6 feet. This one basically towers over that, and this is going to be just west of Manning on Highway 152. The snow coming off of the wheat field here, and I mean, it's got the right lane on this road completely covered. I'm not for sure how bad it is up ahead, but it's a whiteout. You can see that right there. A lot of snow accumulating and drifting out here, David.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's coming off the fields. This is to the north, is to the right here. So all this snow, that's how these big drifts form. They come off an open field. So there won't be any snow left in the field because it's all been deposited here with the north wind. That's how you get these real big drifts. And they will drift over and close the road. I mean, this is out in Canadian County, kind of a rural area out here. But this guy's going through. We'll see how far he can make it. There he goes. Okay. He made it. He went around the big drift. Okay, let's come back to the city, check in with Tom. And Tom now in North Oklahoma City. Tom, that next wave of light to moderate snow moving on in. And what do you think? Roads, not good, but hey, you actually see a little pavement. Is that ice or is that truly concrete right there?
Right here, it's truly concrete. There are areas where, you know, you did have some slight melting, and those areas right now are flash freezing. So it is causing a little bit of problems. It's a little bit worse than it was about, say, 30 minutes ago. Back to you.
Okay, well, there we go. And sun's going to go down here shortly, so any melting, we were getting it all today from the sun's rays, that's going to disappear. Yesterday, record snowfall, 3 inches. Today, the last check, this is about an hour and a half old. It's not updated every minute, but 2.9 today. That's a new record snowfall amount for the day. And guess what? That's going to go higher. That's going to go higher. We're going to be well over 6 inches when this comes to an end later tonight. Snow totals again, 5, 6, 7 inches across northeastern, central, southwestern Oklahoma. This is pretty much where we had our snow forecast, right? We had 4 to 8 right in here. Remember the last 2 or 3 days, we had that 4 to 8 inch swath right in there. We had an 8-inch up around just southeast of Grand Lake near Jay, and then 5.8 in Tulsa, and here in Oklahoma City, anywhere from 5.9 to 6.5 to a 7 back down near Fort Cobb. Temperatures now in the teens, 20s in the southeast. This is true Arctic air, and it is bone dry. Dew points are low, wind chills are below 0, and the wind's blown from the north at about 20 to 30 miles per hour, especially along and west of I-35. So the back edge of our winter storm, we said it was going to come out in 2 pieces, one yesterday and last night, and then the second piece would be today, and here we go. Northern, central Oklahoma, pretty good snows now. Cherokee, Medford, Enid, Ponca City, Perry, about down to Kingfisher, and then a little bit of a weakening here, and then the back edge of the precip. This is it. Once this lobe of precip here moves by, the upper storm is right here. Once it moves by, that's going to be just about it. And here comes the snow, Taloga, Putnam, Clinton, down to Hobart. It's moving in right now from the west. This will be the last piece of this storm, moving right down I-40 at about 30 miles per hour. So what's going on in Oklahoma City? Yeah, Purcell, light snow, and then the darker the blue is light to moderate snow running from west of Guthrie out near Crescent, Cashin, Piedmont, Mustang, Tuttle. Good snows here. And the dark blue, look at it gobbling up the landscape here, moving from west to east. And the darker green, again, is that heavier snow. It's not crazy heavy, but it's moderate snow, and it's going to cover up all of Oklahoma City. Might pick up another ½ inch of snow out of this, all right? Up north, snow in the north, Enid, Billings, Lamont, some good snows up near Billings right now, moving into Ponca City. Light snow over Fairview, back down near Visay and Camargo, and then down south, Wayne, Payne, Gwinnett, Maud, a little bit of light snow there. All right, road conditions, slick and hazardous, nearly statewide. The main roads, so the big highways, I-40, the H.E. Bailey, Turner Turnpike, they're not good, but they're better, all right? The highly traveled roads will be better than the less traveled roads, all right? And the roads that have been treated are going to be obviously better. But you can get stuck and you can have problems. Look at the Hefter Parkway. Yuck. Look at Northwest Expressway. Yeah, very, very little concrete showing up. 14 degrees, wind chill of 4 below zero. North winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Wind chills again below zero. And here's what happens. The snow hangs around this evening, hangs around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's going to be light to moderate. Lots of light snow, pockets of moderate snow. Then overnight tonight, it comes to an end, and it's out of here. So this evening, in the west to central, into eastern Oklahoma, the snow is going to go on. Not much going on down south, not much going on in the northwest. Overnight tonight, the wraparound, the band of snow that swings through Oklahoma City will end overnight. That'll be it. Snow will come to an end. Could pick up another inch in the light blue, and then in the dark blue, how about another 1 to maybe 2 inches locally, a dusting elsewhere. Lows tonight, pipe bursting temperatures, 3 in Enid, 3 in Clinton and Weatherford, 5 in Oklahoma City, 10 in Ardmore, 5 in Altus. Drip the faucets if they're on an exterior wall, okay? And then open the cabinet doors down below. Highs tomorrow, upper 20s. I know, but tomorrow will be sunny. Sun comes back tomorrow, a high of 28. Pipe bursting temperatures Saturday morning. Sunday morning, pipe bursting temperatures, a low of 9. 35 Sunday. I tell you what, that 52 coming up next Thursday has never looked so good, and we're talking about 60s after that. Hang on, mama, it gets good. We'll be back right after this. $14.
Chief Meteorologist David Payne working smarter, not harder after a long night of snow coverage.
He used a leaf blower, clear off our cars when we had to work late into the evening. Thank you, David.
Yeah, that's a good move right there.
Yeah, you know, it does help.
Justin Rudisell was like, do not come near my car, Payne. That's what he actually said.
Yeah, he didn't want me near it. Thought I might tear something up.
Which I was going to blow snow into his car.
I could have, or I scrape the paint off with it or something.
Love it. And check this out. Look at these cuties, Carl.
Yeah, we try to get out there a little bit today, enjoying the snow with Wes Kellen, and that's Hildy, our dog, and lasted about 15-20 minutes. Took about an hour to get ready, but you know what?
That's the way it goes.
Tomorrow's our day. Tomorrow's our day. We're going to find that hill.
It'll be a little bit warmer. Right? Okay, so we went outside. We did the whole backyard thing, too. There's Gage and Harlow. And Ralphie, it was his first time in the snow as well, and he loved it. He had no complaints.
Every picture of Ralphie is the same with the head tilt.
And then, oh, look at Cassie's cute doggy, Lucas.
Yeah,
adorable.
Yeah, good pictures.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
My dogs won't go out in it. And,
they won't?
No, they're just urinating in the house everywhere. It's horrible.
That is
it's
horrible.
unbelievable. They hate the cold and snow.
We'll have more at 6.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now with winter weather.
We're so glad you're joining us. A snowy, messy winter wonderland all across the metro and state as that winter weather just keeps coming. It's not done yet, but some good news. The end is at least in sight.
We have to get through the current wave and then another wave after that. Chief Meteorologist David Payne is in the Bob Mills Weather Center now with the latest.
Yeah, see, Carl? Yeah, right. The big wave, the kind of the last bigger wave, if you will, moving through now, and then we'll get another wave coming in here a little bit later this evening. So we're not quite finished yet. The snow is going to be low, on the low side, light to moderate. And again, it'll be in and out. And we will do this for the next several hours. That will be through your evening. And then as we get into, well, tonight, well, hang on. It will gradually come to an end. Let's go to the one and only. Let's go to Valcastre, get an update from Val. And Val and Amy, gosh, I can't even see the road now. Where are you now? Give us an update out near, there you go, out near Union City.
Yeah, half a mile or so east of Union City, and you see that sign. That's probably 5 feet in the ditch right there. Also, look over here. We got another we've seen these galloping power lines all down this stretch of road. This wind out here, David, is cranking. I would almost call this at times a ground blizzard. Back to you.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Visibilities get down to just a couple hundred feet or less. And again, in these rural areas, you don't have any friction from any trees or buildings, right? So there's no friction, so the wind is stronger, right? That's why you get stronger winds. That's what's going on out in here. So great shot there from Val. Not quite as windy in Oklahoma City, but still windy enough. And there you go. The snow continues to increase. Tom Pastrana, northwest Oklahoma City, and covered in snow. Roads have been treated there, but still lots of snow.
Yeah, I'm on I-44 and 23rd. And, compared to all the interstates, this has been the worst major thoroughfare I've been on. It's pretty bad. It's still moving along, but it's slick and hazardous. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Tom. And, yeah, he's been all over the place today with, I-44 with Val and all the other trackers, Jeremy Carter, Brandon Pennell. I-44, I-40, they all look like this. Now, you have patches where you get, you get some traction or you get a little bit better drive, if you will. But, man, it's a lot of this going on, folks. We all know that. Okay, back to it. Today, new record snowfall. It's going to be higher than that. The last official check was 2.9. That was about 2.5 hours ago, and it's been snowing since then. 3 inches yesterday. So officially at Will Rogers now, 5.9, but I tell you, we've had over 6. We have had over 6 inches of snow officially at Will Rogers. The rest of Oklahoma City, central Oklahoma, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches starting in the southwest, spreading across the I-44 corridor all the way to Tulsa. It's been a good snow. It's been a thumping snow into northeastern Oklahoma. This is where we said the brunt of the winter storm would be, and it worked out. Okay, 5.8 in Tulsa, 7 down near Fort Cobb, 4 in Lawton, and 4 in Altus. We've had 3 to 4 down in Duncan, and northern Oklahoma, 4 to 5, even a 7-inch total up near Buffalo. All right, temperatures now, wow, in the teens, brutally cold, wind chills close to or below 0, dangerous wind chills. You do not want to get stuck out in this. This is the main storm system itself with the stronger energy here running from southern into central and northern Oklahoma. This will be the last big show that comes out tonight. It won't be that big and bad, but we'll get some light to moderate snow out of that. Still going to snow some more, though, and that's coming right down I-40. That's the last wave of snow. Once that moves by, it is over with, but the wave moving through Oklahoma City and central and northern Oklahoma now, light to moderate snow. The darker the blue, that's going to be moderate snow and overspreading the metro slowly. Coming in from the west, the darker the green, the heavier the snow. Piedmont, El Reno, Mustang, and then you get a break. See the window here? You get a break, and then more snow will come in after that. But right now, pretty good snow out there. And then up north, nice snow. Ponca City right now, Newkirk, some decent snows here. Roads are bad. Simply put, southern Oklahoma, not much going on. It's going to be to your north here this evening. You folks down south are just about finished with the snow. Road conditions right now, they're not good. Coming up at 6:16, how much more snow for this evening and tonight? Pipe bursting temperatures, dangerous wind chills, and we need some sunshine. Forecast coming up. See you at 6:16.
David, thanks. From those making their way across town to people trying to fly across the country, our reporters are all over the travel situation tonight.
We're going to be checking in with several of them coming up. We want to start tonight with Angelicia Bruton, who's live with an update from the Highway Patrol. Angelicia?
The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says they've been busier than ever. They say that there's been 2 fatalities and they've worked over 570 traffic-related incidents. That includes crashes and people just needing help. In OKC, there's been around 75 traffic-related incidents. Trooper Eric Foster says traffic has been pretty slow, but the number of incidents they've responded to is double or even triple what they get over 2 days. He says many of these crashes are non-injury accidents, but he believes folks need to be more aware of the slippery and icy road conditions.
However, with the roads slippery like this, the ratio of cars that are crashing that are out is higher. And so we're seeing more single vehicle crashes. So vehicles leaving the roadway, hitting the concrete wall, or, crashing into the ditch, things like that. We see a lot of that right now.
Coming up at 10, I'll have more on how the National Guard is helping troopers help people on the roads. Live in Oklahoma City, Angelicia Bruton, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Angelicia, thank you. And just a reminder, if you're in Oklahoma City from OCPD, they say if you're involved in a crash and there are no injuries, don't call 911 to report it. Instead, just swap information with other drivers. They'll, of course, respond to injury accidents. The storm not just causing problems for drivers either.
Yeah, those looking to fly, they are struggling to get off the ground. News 9's Mike Glover is live at Will Rogers World Airport with that angle.
Carl and Amanda, of course, the winter weather is affecting flights in and out of Will Rogers. And even though crews have been working all day on roads and runways, so many of the flight cancellations have to do with departures and arrivals from other airports. Freddie Sosin is from Enid, trying to get to a funeral in Spokane this Saturday, but he was told he couldn't reschedule his flight until Saturday.
My flight has been canceled and I have to rebook another flight because it's important. I'm going to a family funeral and they really need me to go there.
Now, fortunately, Freddie was able to get a refund on his tickets and book another flight with another airline. That flight left at 5 o'clock this afternoon, so fortunately for Freddie and his family, they were able to make the flight. If you have questions whether or not your flight is delayed or canceled, check with flyokc.com. That's flyokc.com for the latest arrivals and departures from Will Rogers World Airport. I'm Mike Glover from Oklahoma's Will Rogers World Airport for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
All right, Mike, we appreciate it. Thank you. OKCPS and Edmond have already called off classes for tomorrow, so it's a snow day, no remote learning at all. We are tracking all the closings on our website, news9.com. Just hit the yellow bar at the top to get that information.
Coming up, there's always someone to help when we're in need. We'll introduce you to just one of the many Oklahomans out helping during the storm. That's up next.
A crazy winter storm.
Much of the state will be treacherous.
David Payne and News 9 kept you ahead so you could plan.
Pipe bursting temperatures.
That is black ice underneath this snow.
The ramp completely shut down.
Basically like a skating rink at this point.
Whatever winter brings, your locally owned station brings you unmatched coverage.
We have crews all over the place.
All right, and it is not finished with Oklahoma. We're not finished with this yet. Look at the roads out in Canadian County. We've got 7-foot drifts out here covering some of the highways and some of the secondary streets. Some of the roads are closed, a few, right? And it's going to take, a week or so, maybe longer for this snow to go away. Maybe a couple of weeks for, again, 7-foot snow drifts to disappear. Okay, the snow is moving back into Oklahoma City. It's light to moderate. Let's go to Valcaster. He's out west here. Look at the snow. Man, that is just a miserable scene. It's great for the moisture, not complaining at all, but I don't want to be standing there. Let's go to Valcaster and Amy and find out what's going on. Val, snow drifts, they're big, they're deep, and they're in charge. Give us an update.
Yeah, David, they are big and deep and in charge. And the thing about it is once the plow comes through, it just doesn't take long for it to drift back again. They just pulled a full-size pickup out of here just a few minutes ago, and this is Highway 152. It's closed now, and that's why it's closed, because it's just getting so deep that people can't get through it. David, there are 7-foot drifts about 2 miles or so east of here, and we're at Union City, and this is looking east. Crazy situation out here, David.
Okay, so you're on 152 just east of Union City, looking east, and it is closed as of right now.
Yes, they have it barricaded at Union City East all the way to probably Banner Road or maybe a mile east of Banner Road over on the west side. So, 8 or 10 miles of this is closed.
Yeah, wow, okay, that's a big deal. If you live there or you're trying to get out of there, and they go through and plow it, and then the drifts just come in from the north here, right? That's a north wind, it blows the snow off, and they plow it, sure, and then it drifts back shut. Okay, 152 east of Union City. Closed right now. Let's go to Tom Pastrano, and where he's located, it's not closed, but it's not a speed race either. Tom, give us an update back in southwest Oklahoma City here. Boy, that is a slow going there for sure. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I'm on 44 over by the airport, and there's definitely areas of the road that are a lot better than others. Right now, I'm going through a bad stretch here over the bridge. I have seen a few cars that are having some problems going on the on and off ramps. They couldn't get through without being towed. So you probably want to only go out if you have a four-wheel drive from here on out through the rest of the night. Back to you.
There you go. All right. So, wow, the major winter storm of 2022 is still going on. Roads are still bad. Okay, so record snowfall again yesterday at 3 inches on Lynx 1. Record snowfall today. This is going to be over 3 inches today. So that gives us officially now 5.9 inches of snow. By the way, for the entire winter season, we averaged 6.7. Now, remember last winter, we had 23 inches of snow. That was insane. All right, so 2-day snow totals. We're talking about Binger at 7 inches here in Oklahoma City, 5 to 6 inches across the metro. Pretty common, but it's still snowing. 6.5 in Stroud, 7 in Tulsa. Northeastern, central, southwestern, a pocket of 6 to 7 inches in the far northwest. 1 to 2 in the far west, so it's been a good snow for all of us. Not as much so in the northwest, but elsewhere, yeah, I call that a hammering major winter storm, and it is still going. Snow, Oklahoma City to the north, not much down south. Yeah, you don't have anything going on down in southern Oklahoma. And this little lobe here, that's the back edge of the storm system that'll swing through this evening and tonight, all right? So here it comes. Now snowing in Clinton, coming into Weatherford, snowing moderately in Butler and Elk City, down to Sayre. Once this moves by you, that will be the end of the snow. But you folks in Altus and Snyder, you're going to pick up a little more snow in Carnegie and Hinton. Here's the central Oklahoma snow, and the darker the blues. You go from the light blue to the darker blue. That's going to be the heavier snow running from Crescent down to Cashion, Piedmont. This is Next Gen Live, our 1,000,000-watt radar, and it is cranked up this evening. Look at the resolution of that. If you're flipping around, folks, you're not going to see that anywhere else, I promise you. All right, so light green going to dark green here in Oklahoma County and Canadian County, little pockets of yellow. That's going to be some heavier snow now, beginning to move through Piedmont and Cashion. Light snow across the city, but getting a little bit heavier. Ponca City, Newkirk, nice snow for you. More snow at Visay and Sealing and Camargo. That's that last wave. A little more snow up in Woodward. And southern Oklahoma, Hennepin, Falls Creek South. Not much going on there. Road conditions as expected. Yes, bad. Snow covered. And again, 152 going east out of Union City in Canadian County. It is closed right now. Here in Oklahoma City, 14 degrees. The north wind at 21. Giving us a wind chill right now of 4 below zero. 4 below zero. And it will be just slightly colder by tomorrow morning, right? So here we go. North winds, yep, 10 to 20, gusts to over 30 out west. Wind chills, central, western, northern. It's crazy. Single digits below zero, I-35 west. Northern Oklahoma, wind chills below zero. Future radar here. Here we go this evening. This is going to try to fill back in overhead. So again, picking up a good, maybe another inch on top of what we've had. And then by midnight, there you go. It's beginning to wind down, and overnight tonight, it comes to an end. And then clearing skies. Yes, we see sinking air tomorrow, which means sunshine. All right, this evening, southwestern, western, central, parts of northern and eastern Oklahoma. The snow will go on. Light to, at times, moderate snow. Overnight tonight, the snow will come to an end. Oklahoma City east, it'll pull out of here, and I think we are snow-free in the morning, but the damage is done. So through tonight, I think in the light blue, we'll say maybe up to another inch, and a dusting outside of that. Might pick up another inch on top of what we already have, which is still more than enough. All right, lows tonight. 1 in Ponca City, 5 in Oklahoma City, 3 in Clinton, 3 in Woodward. You'll be colder here because you're going to clear out overnight tonight. You take the blanket off the bed, you get chilly, do you not? 5 in Oklahoma City, 10 in Ardmore. A north breeze that will come down tonight, but still enough of a breeze. Wind chills in the morning below zero. Highs tomorrow, upper 20s with sunshine. High Saturday, 30s, above freezing for just about all of us. Hey, with a south breeze. Wind chills in the morning at 7 o'clock when Lacey Swope's out here. 10 to 15 below zero, okay? And wind chills by noon tomorrow, still in the teens. Wind chills tomorrow night into your Friday morning, below zero. This evening, a 100% chance for snow. Wind chills pretty close to zero. Temperatures in the teens. Does it get better? It does. The weekend, if we didn't have the snow on the ground, it'd be warmer, but it is what it is. 30s going to 40s. Look at next week. You're not seeing things. 60s by the end of next week. Somebody's living right, and it's not Carl. Oh, hey, Carl, back to you.
No, it's not me. You're supposed to toss the break. Sports is next.
Okay.
The monster is back. It's hungry, and it's coming for you. We're in the wild.